Hello. I'm from Blessed Bee, based in Richmond. What we do is, actually I can't even remember what we do. I'm so nervous. But, we teach beekeeping, organic, sustainable beekeeping, and we try to produce the finest local honey possible as well. And our main focus is on really is on the bee, on bee health, and I think bee happiness as well. A happy bee is a non-stinging bee. I'm here to introduce Village Vancouver and Ross Moster. Ross has a 35-year background in small business, food justice, cooperatives, social and environmental activism, and sustainable community building. He is the founder and convener at Village Vancouver Transition Town Initiative and a member of the Vancouver Food Policy Council. A key focus of the village's work is on creating food-resilient neighborhoods and neighborhood food networks. I think I'm involved marginally in Village Vancouver, and I think it's really one of the most powerful but also gentle organizations to be involved with. They seem to get a lot done without making too much fuss about it. Things just happen. I think that's really wonderful. Thank you.
Whoops. Is this going to work? Good. Thanks, Brian. I've actually been amazed to see how popular beekeeping is. It's actually recently passed Backyard Chickens as our most popular group. We have about 100 members who keep bees, so it's pretty amazing, and you're doing pretty amazing work as well. Before I get into my presentation, I wanted to acknowledge we have some board members from Village here tonight. And I think we've kind of moved around. Shelby's over here. Shelby Tate is here. She's also on the Food Policy Council. And then Rand Chatterjee. Rand, you're over there. And Jordan Bober. So we have almost half our board here. I have to confess, this is my first time doing PowerPoint. And when I finished doing it, well, I was almost on about 4 o'clock this morning, and then I forgot to save it. So then I started over, and so I didn't get any sleep last night. But and then I realized that about 7 o'clock when I was done, that I had a lot of nice pictures, but they didn't have much to do with what I normally talk about. So we'll see. I'm going to hit the button. Okay. So. Well, actually, one of the things we believe in a village is having fun. This is another one of our board members. So I'm going to try and remember to advance this once in a while, and hopefully it'll coincide with some of the things I'm saying. Village Vancouver. So we've been around for about 3.5 years, and we don't strictly deal only with food, but it is one of our major focuses. And we're affiliated with something called the Transition Town Movement, which is something that started in England about 5 years ago. And it's quickly spread all around the world. There are several hundred initiatives currently going on in, I don't know, maybe 30 countries at this point. Basically what transition towns are people saying, look, if we wait for government to solve our problems, we're going to be waiting a long time, and the problems aren't necessarily going to get solved. And I apologize to Heather and Aaron and any other aspiring politicians in the audience. But basically, what we see is, every time there's a climate change conference, a lot of us always have high hopes, and usually those hopes are dashed. So transition towns evolved as a response to some of the big problems that are facing us today. For instance, climate change, peak oil, or in a broader sense, the fact that we seem to be rapidly using up all of our resources. And also increasingly, economic instability. I mean, I think we've all noticed that the economic system on the planet just seems to be a total house of cards. So maybe at this point I'll put in a plug for going to Occupy Vancouver on Saturday. basically, those are all just kind of big picture ideas for the idea that we want to create community, and when we create community and when we get to know our neighbors, we start responding on a very basic level to a lot of these problems, because when we start doing things locally and in our neighborhoods, we start utilizing the resources that are in our neighborhoods, and we start actually using a lot less fossil fuels and becoming less energy dependent, and we start doing things in a totally different way. So Village Vancouver did not start out as a transition town initiative, but we noticed that what we were doing is very similar, so we applied and we became an initiative a couple of years ago. Basically, what we do, we don't have a budget, so we figure out how to do things without money. We're not adverse to money, so if anybody wants to give us something, we'll take it. We're actually a society now, so we'll actually keep track of it now. But basically, we kind of steer away from the model because we've seen lots of times what happens when groups that are dependent on money don't get a grant and programming stops. What we do is we say that we have a huge amount of resources in our neighborhood, and we have all this knowledge, expertise, and so on, but we tend not to know our neighbors nowadays, so we try to connect people. I mean, it's pretty simple. And we try to connect people on the basis of their interests. So we never tell you, if you like to fix bicycles, but you hate gardening, then you should be gardening because that's, the thing to do. Go fix bicycles. So, for instance, for example, Jordan has a background in economics, and he's working on developing a community currency in Dunbar. Rand kind of anchors our Main Street neighborhood, and he's brought the Main Street Seed Library. And Shelby's just like a fantastic organizer, and she applies her interests to that. So that's how we work. So we're kind of an anti-organization in the sense that we don't tell members what they should be doing. We want members to come to us, and we help them do what they want to do. So our primary focus is around food, and we do that in a lot of ways. We have what we call neighborhood villages, and each of those is in effect a neighborhood food network. And so we do things like we have potlucks, we garden together, we have seed-saving collectives, we have a new canning group, just pretty much what people want to be doing. And we figure out ways, of course, to do this without money. We also run, I think last year we ran about 100 food-related workshops. We do those in people's homes, backyards. We have great relations with neighborhood houses, community centers. They offer us space. I'm running out of time. And I haven't even advanced the damn. Okay, so here we go. So in the last 30 seconds, this is Kids Neighborhood House, which we participate in a collaborative garden. There we go. That's a nice worm. Okay, these are some food that our members have grown. This is one of our meetups. We have a meetup in the West End this Sunday. You're welcome to come. We'll be eating food. Rand will be talking about the Neighborhood Food Network. We'll be doing some visioning. These are some of our workshops. A lot of transition has to do with permaculture, so we do a lot of permaculture stuff. This is a gardening workshop. This is a permaculture blitz day where we transform somebody's front yard into a food forest. We also do something called a demonstration neighborhood village. This is at Strathcona Harvest Fair. This is a car-free. This year we had 10 tents and about 30, 40 different projects, many of them food-related. And this is what we see as kind of the future. This is the guy on his bicycle with the straw bale. And of course, the beekeeping. This is one of the collaborative gardens that we started. Chickens is a big thing. Canning, of course. This is a member's front yard using permaculture and some food that a member has grown. So the easiest way to find out about us, villagevancouver.ca. Thank you very much.